Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, I'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 7 of the anime series, Scorching Ping Pong Girls. And I have to admit to being somewhat perplexed by the shift in pacing in this particular episode. Not, in the episode by itself, the momentum throughout the course of it was pretty much on par with everything we've seen thus far throughout the course of this season. But I mean, in the overall sense, in the entirety of the season sense, it just kind of felt like there was a shift in the pacing, in the focus, and it kind of defied my expectations that we're going to be seeing in this practice matchup, which I was very much excited for, and there was so much build up to the idea that it would be Coyote versus Kururi, and, they're really getting that momentum up and getting that excitement up. And then that's not what we get in this episode. We're actually going to be spending time with each of our main characters, beginning with Hanabi, going up against the future captain of this opposing school, who, it's kind of funny, like this entire team, a lot of this episode is dedicated to getting to know aspects of this opposing team. And we're seeing that their top 5 girls, for all intents and purposes, all have these unique personalities and character traits very similarly. Are they cut from the same cloth to our main characters in that estimation? We have the sort of head-bobbing girl. We have, Miss Desert Scorpion Hair, who goes up against Hanabi. We've got Beetlejuice, as I said, with Kururi, and things of that sort. We have the one who's really hungry and all this kind of stuff. And this is an aspect I really liked. I really enjoyed seeing that, the opposing team, they actually have standout characters as well. It's kind of like if they ever make anime prize figures based on the series, I want a Hokuto, and I want Kururi, a Beetlejuice, things of that sort. Because these are standout characters. They stand out from the crowd of the rest of their respective students in their schools and fellow table tennis players and things of that sort. And so for that estimation, I really enjoyed this episode. I liked seeing that there is somewhat of a mutual, dynamic going on between Kururi and the future team captain, whose name I haven't obviously memorized as of the time of this recording, as there is between, Coyote and Dagari, as there is between their team captain, Kiruka, and Munemune. They kind of have similar parallels, similar things going on between them. In how supportive they are of each other, in the fact that, Kururi is seen to really be playing this game all for her future team captain, partner and everything like that, partner in crime, if you will. And it's really interesting to me that when we finally get into the momentum of Hanabi going up against this girl with the scorpion hair, as I say, which is the primary focus as far as matchups go in this particular episode, I have to admit, I was somewhat disappointed that, knowing now the next couple episodes, this is kind of what we're cut out for. We're going to see Hokuto in the next episode going up against another one of them. And how long are they going to stretch this out? It did make me begin to suspect, with all the talk of going to nationals, this is probably not something realistically going to happen, that we're going to see happen in the course of this season, kind of akin to another show that's airing in this particular, anime season, Hibike Euphonium Season 2, where we see, girls professing, oh, well, I'm playing my instrument because of her, and we're going to nationals, and the pacing there, it's not really so much about individual matchups going up against each other as this series is, but there are similar aspects to it, only Hibike really has the eyes on the prize as far as getting to the nationals by the end of the season. And now that we're going to be spending so much time with all of our main characters going up against this opposing school, and this is just a practice run, I have to assume that Nationals is Season 2 at best, if we're even going to get there. Who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe they'll only spend 2 or 3 episodes in this practice matchup, and then the next ultimate step for the finale of the season is the Nationals. But that did kind of rub me the wrong way a little bit, I have to admit. But everything else about the episode, as I say, from getting to know some of these opposing, ping pong players, seeing how psyched out Kururi was able to get Coyote. Even down to reenacting, basically, in a sense, what happened in episode 1, where Agari found Coyote up on the top of the fence. She couldn't get through the gate. And here we have Korori going into the bathroom, you know, thinking about how excited she'll be if she can beat whoever she's going to be playing with. I don't think they knew at that point that it would be Korori versus Koyori, you know, but she walks in the bathroom, and there's Koyori up on the top of the stall, and at first Korori's like, no, pervert. You know, she's explaining, no, I got, like, locked in. Yeah, sure you did, Koyori. I don't know. It does also lead me to wonder what else is still going on with Koyori. I still think there's more to her than she has thus far let on, and that's never going to go away. There are still things every single episode with Koyori's behavior that strike me as odd and like, okay, is she hiding something? Is there more going on here with this girl? I don't know. But then it was also hilarious that Korori thought she was pregnant, and because of the breathing exercises she did in Hokoto's family store in the previous episode. And even after she's told, no, I'm not pregnant, it was just breathing exercise, she's still referring to her as that in the bathroom when they encounter each other. You know? And then to see Hanabi, you know, she comes out strong. She's using her speed, but it's like that future team captain of the opposing team. It's almost as though she's spending that whole first match just sort of, you know, weighing what exactly Hanabi's strengths are to start using that stuff against her. You know, she uses that speed against her. She starts sending the ping pong balls flying far away from the table, and then at one point I was like, oh, you bitch, because she ends up short hitting one, and you know, Hanabi's all the way at the back of the room waiting for the ball to come sailing to her there. You know, it was such a cheap move that was, I thought. And so we see that Hanabi gets her ass handed to her, and that was somewhat surprising. You know, this is a nationals team. This is really, they really, you know, it hits home. By the end for these girls, Agati especially, this is what it's like to go up against players that can get to the nationals. And so, I mean, I'm totally stoked and excited to eventually see, you know, Korori and Koyori going up against each other. This is going to be sort of the spectacular thing. I wouldn't be surprised. They could use that to end the season if they don't go to nationals by the end. And I'd be waiting with bated breath. It would I'd be kicking the dirt, you know, like under my feet. Like, come on, get to it already. Even as much as I love Hokuto, she's my favorite character. And as I say in the last episode discussion video, Korori, the Beetlejuice girl, she's my second favorite, with every other word being death. And she's substituting the word death for other things as well in her dialogue. Just absolutely cute as hell. There's something about it that's just cute as hell. She's odd as hell, but she's cute as hell. And so those are my two favorite characters, as they say. And I mean, as much as I love Hokuto, I am excited to see what this next matchup with her and this other girl, head bobber girl, is going to shape up to. But you know, I mean, I hope we don't spend too much time. I kind of got the idea from the PV that this might not be the whole aspect of the episode. Like, maybe we will actually see the team captain and Musume having their doubles match or something. I don't know if they're going to save that for last or not. And that'll be interesting, seeing a doubles match. But I am kind of hoping that we'll get more than one match in the next episode, just to keep the fluidity and the momentum going, so I don't feel like, you know, all hope is lost for what they seem to be hinting at, going to the Nationals being the end game. You know, I mean, don't even bring it up. As much as you're hitting the nail on the head with it every single episode, banging us over the head with the idea of going to Nationals, don't keep bringing it up if that's not the ultimate end game for the season, you know. And that's really just the first and only minor gripe that I have, is that I didn't expect that we're going to spend the next couple episodes dealing with each of our main character girls going up against each of their opposing, you know, ping pong playing girls of this school. And I guess we'll see how quickly they wrap this up. I'm guessing the next couple episodes at least is going to be, you know, dealing with this practice match. And it will be interesting to see if our main girls can, you know, turn the tables, turn the tides in their favor or not. And whether or not they come back from this strong or feeling like we have more work to do, it'll be interesting to see. So yeah, I mean, it was a good episode overall, but again, it really messed with my, you know, expectations as to how far along and how fastly we were going to be moving along the course of this season. But that's the only gripe I have about it. I enjoyed everything else. And so yeah, otherwise, that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.